Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is an update on my PCOS journey. In my last video, I just told you guys that I found out I had it, even though I've been experiencing symptoms since high school when I started my period and till now. But having birth control kind of masks those symptoms. So today I want to tell you what has been happening since that last video and changes I've made. Okay, so I have the list in my phone because I didn't want to forget anything. First off, I want to thank everyone that came to me and shared their story with having PCOS. I didn't realize how many people that watched my channel actually dealt with having PCOS, and for those, this might be their first time watching my PCOS videos. Polycystic ovarian syndrome is what PCOS is. I'm not going to say that every time, so if I say PCOS, I'm saying polycystic ovarian syndrome. And the main characteristic with that, and a lot of people experience, is having cysts on their ovaries. And so now that I got that out of the way, let me give you an update. I recently, maybe about a month ago or 3 weeks, something like that, joined a PCOS group online. Probably not the best decision. It kind of helped me realize that there are so many different versions of PCOS for different people. As I said before in my last video, I don't show the signs of being overweight and the extra body hair on my face because of having the high testosterone, but I have it in other ways. So just seeing the differences in that group was helpful. But then when I'm in my rut of, okay, this is a real pain in my butt right now, seeing all the threads of everyone else being in their mood kind of doesn't really help me personally. It just kind of puts me more into my mood, so I kind of had to stay off that group a lot of times unless I'm looking for an answer about something. Because if I'm already in a mood, it's just gonna make it worse. And I started crying one night because it was just a lot in that group. Okay, so first thing, I still haven't had a period since that time I told you back in, February, when I had it for 3 weeks. So I'm going on almost, I believe, a month and a half, 2 weeks. A month and a half, 2 weeks. A month and a half to 2 months. It's February, yeah, it's May. So it'll be 2 months if I don't get it in the next 3 weeks that I haven't had a period. 2 or 3 weeks. And I had that one, like I said, for 3 weeks. So according to how it's been going, I may not have one until June or July. I don't know. But a good friend of mine, hi, I'm not gonna say her name, but she had bought these ovulation test strips before when she was trying to conceive. So I did go on Amazon and purchase those. Let me grab them real quick. They are the Easy at Home Healthcare Manager. It's a little baby on it. It's probably gonna get washed out because the baby's kind of light and the box is white. It's gonna, you can't really see. But it has 50 LH test, which is just the hormone that detects ovulation, and then the 20 HCG test. And if you aren't familiar with HCG, which most of you probably are, it's the hormone that your body produces when you're pregnant. So I have all of these in there. These are the ovulation strips and these are the pregnancy strips. So I have a lot left. And it's just a simple, you just pee in a little cup, dip it and test it. If you have a dark line, that's when you're ovulating on those test strips, of course. And when it comes to my ovulation, I wasn't sure if I was ovulating, and before I went back to my doctor or looked into a reproduction specialist and all that stuff, I wanted to just see on my own what I was working with before I went hardcore. I need help with the different drugs out there, like I think this Femora was one of them, and all those. I've been seeing a lot of different stuff I guess you're supposed to take. But I just wanted to see if I was ovulating first before I went back to my doctor. And with me, when I ovulate, my chest gets really sore. And that was the first indicator. So around that time when I feel my chest getting sore, I would test. So I believe I was ovulating once or twice since I bought those strips. But I haven't ovulated in the past month. So I think it's kind of off. I guess we'll see what happens. It's still kind of soon. I came off birth control July of last year, so it's coming up on a year. June or July of last year, I think it was July when I came off birth control, so I'm coming up on a year of being off, so I guess we'll see what happens with that. If I'm actually continuously ovulating or not. I did have a cyst rupture, I want to say it was about a month ago, something like that. And when it ruptured, I was at work. And if you ever dealt with a cyst rupture, it feels like someone took a knife and stabbed you in your lower abdomen, where your uterus is, of course. And it was on my left side, so it just felt like someone had stabbed me, and I had been nauseous. So I was nervous because I know if they rupture, if it's in your tubes, like your fallopian tubes, it can cause problems and all those other things. So I was kind of worried. So I ended up going to the hospital, to the ER after I got off work. I was trying to go to the urgent care, but when I called, because I didn't waste paying a copay and waste everyone's time, I called to see if they had an ultrasound, because when this happened before, a few years ago, it was like 2 years ago, Amir was a baby, I had to get an ultrasound so they could see exactly what was going on, because when a cyst ruptures, you can't really tell that it ruptured, but it leaves a bunch of like fluid, I guess, chilling out around your uterus and your fallopian tubes and everything. So that's how they could tell before, because there's a lot of just free moving liquid. So that's how they told me. And then they can see other cysts usually in there. So that's how I knew that time. So to save myself trouble, I called the urgent care to see if they had an ultrasound tech and ultrasound equipment before going to the ER. They didn't, so I had to go to the ER. They did everything, 1,000,001 tests. I already knew what was wrong, but they just have to be cautious for liability reasons. And yeah, they saw the free moving liquid and all that stuff. And I was just asking them what to look out for in the future, so I don't waste my time, 1, and 2, money, because going to the ER all the time can get pricey. And he was just telling me that if it's unbearable, then to come in like extremely bad. It was just kind of like that sharp pain, a lot of discomfort around it, but it kind of got better and fizzled out. So I guess that's good. Now I know when I need to go to the ER and not just, oh crap, is something wrong. I probably sound really sarcastic in this, but it actually was helpful. They were really nice. And I wasn't there for 6 hours like the last time. Okay, and the biggest thing I've learned since that last video is a lot of people that have PCOS, they have a higher chance of getting diabetes. And that is why when my doctor called me and told me, she told me that they had to monitor my insulin levels and all that stuff more frequently now in case I got diabetes. So I started doing this this is going into week 3, I believe. But leading up to that, this diet change I'm about to tell you about, I was nauseous for about 2 weeks straight. And of course I thought I was pregnant. I wasn't pregnant. Never usually am when this happens. With the mirror, I never even got nauseous. So when I'm nauseous, I'm just kind of like, maybe I'm pregnant, but I'm not. So I was nauseous consistently. I was like, what the heck is going on? We had went on a date night to a fondue place, and you know, the fondue places have the bread to dip it in. I'm not a big cheese person, but we were going out, so I ate some, and then they had the chocolate fondue after. So not too long after that, of course, that night it was awful. I was going through the bottle of Pepto and the antacid tablets like it was water. I went through, I think, a bottle of Pepto in like that 2-week span, and I never drink Pepto because I hate the taste of all that stuff. But I've been extra nauseous. So I did some research on the page, and I think that's how I found out about that PCOS support group. And may I help you? What's up?
I think we're baked up, so it's dry.
No, it needs to dry a little longer. When I come out, I'll check it, okay?
Okay.
Alright, go watch Peppa Pig and I'll tell you when I'm done, okay?
I'm watching Peppa Pig in my room now.
Okay. Yes. We're recording alone with a child. Back to what I was trying to say. A lot of people that have PCOS will have insulin resistance. So I've also had this since I was in high school. Didn't know why it was happening. I'd be like, why can other people eat this and not get the dizziness, the nausea, and the headaches? So certain foods that I eat, which I found out are mainly the processed carbs like breads and pastas and stuff, I'll get nauseous. But a lot of times when I'll eat those, I will also eat them with dairy. Chicken Alfredo or something like that, I will get really nauseous. In my mind, I thought I was nauseous from the dairy. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm lactose intolerant. I might be also, but my body doesn't process the carbs very well, which means I get nauseous soon after, dizzy, sometimes a headache, and lethargic. So it's just a hot mess. And I noticed I was getting a lot of bloating in my abdomen, like my stomach was very puffy looking. Another reason why I would think I was pregnant, because I would be crampy from the cyst, bloated from the insulin resistance and my body not responding well, and then nauseous from the insulin resistance and my body not responding well. This happens all the time, which means I always think I'm pregnant because my periods are every 4 months, so a normal person would think they were pregnant too. So my body doesn't process simple carbs very well, like so your pastas, breads, and all that stuff. And I even tried eating like a healthier bread, like Dave's Killer Bread my friend had brought, and I think I ate just one sandwich and my stomach was not happy. I was super nauseous that whole night, so can't eat that either. I can eat tortillas though. I don't know, not sure why. I have to do more research on that, but I haven't responded negatively to tortillas, but I cannot eat bread and things like that. So I've been looking up certain pages on diabetic living, because a lot of people that have PCOS say it's easier to look up the diabetic recipes versus PCOS recipes, because everyone, like I said, that has PCOS doesn't have the same symptoms. So if I look up the diabetic stuff, it's easier to find snack alternatives and things like that that won't spike my insulin or make it really off. So I've been doing that, and also following more of a whole foods type of diet, not very much processed stuff, of course, more fruits and veggies and things like that to try and help my body. And I'm happy to say I have not been nauseous in the past about 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm going into week 3 starting this week, starting today. This is week 3. I have not been nauseous except for that one time I tried eating that organic Dave's Killer Bread that my stomach was like, no. But I do eat things in moderation, so I do have maybe chips or candy here and there, but not as much as I was, especially working in the office. I work for a court, and every other week it seems like someone's having a birthday, so there's cake and cookies and bagels and all that crap. So I was eating it because I'm not used to having to watch what I eat. So now I've been kind of trying to be careful about that. And like I said, it has been working, but there's a huge but. The downside of that is, okay, I gotta wrap up this video because Amir is very possessive when I'm not around. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Following more of a diabetic lifestyle, eating more whole foods, less processed foods. I've been trying to make myself eat quinoa, and it's been going okay. I kind of mixed it with couscous and things like that because they don't alter the insulin levels, I guess because they're more of an ancient grain. I don't know, I haven't done as much research on that, but I've been trying to eat more of that. Like I said, more plant-based foods, whole foods. I do still eat meat, but it's cut down a bit because I'm not really a meat eater, but I haven't been eating dairy at all. I've been finding vegan like dressings and things like that to consume. Haven't cut out meat. And what I was trying to say before Amir walked in was that has its pros of me not being extra bloated. My stomach has gone down flat like it normally is, and I'm not nauseous every day. But this time last year I was on a weight gain journey, and I had gained about 15 pounds, I think. But now that I've cut out the carbs, I still eat carbs, but not nearly as many carbs as I was, because before I would just kind of load up on the carbs, eat whatever. Still healthy, but more breads and rice and things like that. I can't eat those things because I'll get sick. So I've dropped weight. I think I'm about, I think I said 115 now. So con to all this, but that's about it. I will let you guys know what happens in the next few months, I guess. I just wanted to update you and say how much I appreciate all the people that have come to me with their stories. Feel free to do it again. I welcome it. I appreciate it. My battery's about to die, so I gotta go do the dinner and the mom stuff. Thanks for watching. Be sure to thumbs up this video. There will be hair videos. My hair is just right now in 2 braids, kind of pinned to the back because I washed my hair and then had to go run errands and grocery shop and all that crap. So and that's why it's pinned up, because it's still kind of damp. But yes, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Leave comments down below if you can relate, or your PCOS stories, what has helped you, like always. I probably already said thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my upcoming videos. I'm trying to make more time for these things and figure myself out. And I'll see you next time. Bye.